So, first miracle, Jesus is present with our physical well-being. Second, Jesus is concerned about our physical well-being. And I would say many of us in the church were really good up to this point. We're really good in our discipleship path up to there. We're really good about being present with the needs around us. We're really good at seeing it. And not only that, we're really good about being concerned about the needs of the people that we see. But for some of us, that's where it stops. We see the need, and we're concerned about the need. And then what do we say? Hey, I'm going to pray for you. Please understand that is a wonderful thing to do. You absolutely ought to pray for the needs that you see. You ought to be praying. But if all you ever do is pray and there's never any action on the other side of your prayer, might I suggest you're the one doing all the talking in the prayer when you ought to be listening. If there's never any action on the other side of our prayer. Or maybe maybe you've already been in a spirit of prayer, so the moment that you see the need, you've already been praying for them, you just didn't know that was the need that you were praying for. Because you're living a life of prayer, when you see the need, you know what you need to do next. At some point, at the end of your prayer, something ought to happen. In verse 7 through 10, Philip tells Jesus, hey man, we don't have the money. We don't have the money to take care of all of these people. And then Andrew says, hey, this boy over here has got 5 barley loaves and 2 fish, but what good is that going to do us with this crowd of people? And so Jesus says, hey, have the people sit down. And there in verse 11, it says, Jesus then took the loaves, he gave thanks, and distributed to those who were seated as much as they wanted. And he did the same with the fish. Now, of course, the obvious miracle here is the feeding of the 5,000 with just 5 loaves of bread and 2 fish, and that's a huge miracle here. But there is another miracle here that I think is a little more subtle, a little more simple. Look, for just a moment, forget about the 5,000 people. We read about that, and that's what we focus on. The big numbers, we're wowed by the 5,000. Forget about the 5,000. What if it was just one person? What if it was just one person, all alone, isolated, no crowd, and they're in dire need? And Jesus shows up and takes care of their need. Better yet, what if that person is you? You're the one that's alone. You're isolated. And you're in need. And Jesus shows up and takes care of your need. Do you suppose you're going to experience any diminished sense of the miraculous because there wasn't 4,999 people with you in that moment? No. It's just as powerful for the one as it was for the 5,000. The people see the crowd. Jesus sees 5,000 individual people, 5,000 individual needs, 5,000 individual stories, just the way he sees every one of you in your place of need. And that last miracle is this. Jesus, he doesn't just see, he doesn't just be concerned. Jesus takes care of our physical well-being. Look, this passage, it's not short on imagery. The loaves of bread, it points to the communion table and the Last Supper, and Jesus is the bread of life. Yes, it's all of those things, but there's a lot of other things happening as well. You see, this is a powerful teaching moment for the disciples, and in this moment, the disciples, guess what? They take a big step in their discipleship path. See, at some point, once I've been following Jesus long enough, the conversation, it needs to go from my needs and what I need, and it needs to turn into, hey, what are the needs of the people around me? What do they need? And better yet, what do I need to do with Jesus to take care of the needs of the people around me? What do I need to do to work with Jesus for the sake of the need that I see.